Howdy do everyone, you know who I am, ETTemplar Supreme Misfit Professional Dipshit, and it's come to my attention that Nekima Levy Armstrong has been arrested, and if you don't know what this is about, her and some other communist filth decided to disrupt a church service, and I'm just going over what one section of the FACE Act is and one section of the KKK Act, as well as the punishments for this. So in the FACE Act, the section that's interesting to us is it also protects the exercise of the First Amendment religious freedom at places of worship by prohibiting similar interference. These similar interferences being use of force, threat of violence, physical obstruction, or intentionally injure, intimidate, or interfere, or attempt to do so. So that's that, and we're going to go into the KKK Act. It makes it a federal crime for two or more people to conspire to deprive others of their constitutional rights, e.g. equal protection of the law, voting rights, holding office, serving on juries, and constitutional, the freedom of religion. And it targets conspiracies using force, intimidation, or threats to interfere with these rights. It authorizes the president to deploy federal troops to suppress such violence, and in extreme cases, to sustain the writ of habeas corpus. It also includes civil remedies allowing victims to sue for damages. And we're going to get into the penalties. Nonviolent physical obstruction, blocking access without force. First offense, up to 6 months imprisonment and a fine up to $10,000. Second or subsequent offense, up to 18 months imprisonment and or fine up to $25,000. Violent or threatening offenses, which they went in there with the energy, and they made threats. What are you doing here? Or using force, threat of force, or intentional property damage. First offense, up to 1 year imprisonment and or fine up to $100,000. In general federal fine statutes, second or subsequent offense, up to 3 years imprisonment and a fine up to $250,000 or more. If bodily injury results, up to 10 years imprisonment, regardless of prior offenses. Death results, any term of years or life imprisonment. Civil penalties, fines up to $10,000 to $15,000 first offenses, nonviolent versus other, up to $15,000 to $25,000 for subsequent offenses. Additional remedies include injunctive relief, compulsory punitive damages, and attorney's fees. So, if you're one of the people who was in this church in Minneapolis when these godless communist scum came into your church and brought stress, emotional damage, and violence, sue them, because they'll have to cover your attorney's fees, punitive damage, compulsory, and injunctive relief, because they broke the law with the KKK Act. So sue them, take the shirt off their back. I am aware that I think this woman was paid $400,000 to pull this stunt. So go ahead and sue, because under the KKK Act, they can be forced to pay for your lawyer's fee. So if she is found guilty of violating the KKK Act, get the richest lawyer you can and sue this bitch and this guy. So of course we're going to react to a video. Here we go.
They've just arrested Nekima Armstrong for our protest on Sunday.
Wasn't a protest. You violated. Oh, it's criminal scum. You violated the law.
You know, my lawyers tell me they have
It's not
Armstrong for our protest on Sunday.
It's not a protest on Sunday when you enter a church and threaten to obstruct and stop a constitutional right. You're kind of breaking the law, asshole. But hey.
You know, my lawyers tell me they have no fucking case. This use
Well, your lawyers are fucking stupid.
of the FACE Act and the KKK Act is complete bullshit. But let's be honest, they don't fucking care. They don't believe in the rule of law. They're fascists.
Oh, unlike you who just violated the constitutional rights and liberties of everyone in that fucking church because you think defending foreign invaders and illegal aliens and people who defend the rule of law or order or national boundaries, they're all of a sudden fascist and Nazis. But again, that's your typical cultural Marxist like modus operandi, isn't it? Like, this guy's gonna go on and on how fascists don't care about the law when he openly violated the law and the Constitution of this United States, and the fact that he's a communist, Marxist, godless piece of shit. But anyways, I digress.
They're now going after fucking the Clintons for the Epstein files?
Yeah, because, huh?
What the fuck? God damn it, people. When will you stop fucking acting like everything's normal and going about your fucking days? Get in the fucking streets now. It's time to shut this.
Isn't it interesting how threats from leftists always start, when will you react, bro? When will you get out in the streets? They never implicate themselves. Isn't that funny? The political cowardice here always like tickles me pink, because they're never putting themselves at risk, are they? This guy's not putting himself at risk. He's trying to incur other people, other gullible retards, to commit violence and to break the same laws this stupid bitch did, while he doesn't have to pay for anything. He's in typical communist fashion, you're using other gullible idiots to do your will while they pay the price for it, while they pay the fines, while they go to jail, and while they get sued for impunitive damages for violating the KKK Act and the FACE Act, while they have to fork over thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in fines. Where's this guy going to be? Is he going to be assisting them in the legal process? Is he going to be donating or creating GoFundMe for people who violate the law? No, he won't, because look at this guy. He's greasy. He looks like a homeless bum.
Country down. We are
shut this country down.
We're at fascism. The Republic.
You're at fascism?
Has fucking fallen. Please, Americans, please stand up for something. Do not be the same as those in 1930s Germany.
Oh, here we go. So please stand up for something. We are standing up for something. And, in all reality, when it comes down to it, Chief, the law of man, the law of God. And we are standing for something. We're standing up for our Jesus Christ, our Constitution, and our God. And this subsedes whatever this is, right? If you're so concerned, that law, I have no concern for the law. This law is greater than man. And although the Bible says, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and to obey the law, but no one has the right, government or otherwise, has the right to impede on constitutional rights like church service, for example. But yeah, we're standing for something, but we're not going to stand with greasy, just homeless bums like you who are exploiting a political situation for fame and money. Of course, this woman behind me got paid like in grants and $400,000. So, but a good portion of that's going to be evaporated by lawyer costs in a court case with the government, and most of it's going to go in fines when they do charge you and prove what you did was illegal. So that's going to be funny. A good chunk of your money is going to go up in smoke, and I'm here for it. And if the people of that church in Minneapolis, please sue them. If she is proven right or wrong for violating the KKK Act, sue her good, because then she's forced to pay impunitive damages and forced to pay your lawyer's fee. So please do sue this bitch. If this was anyone else invading a synagogue or a Mormon temple or a mosque, again, I'd be the similar thing. Sue. And yeah, anyways, let's see what else is greasy. I can smell this guy. He fucking stinks.
Please stand up for something. Do not be the same as those in 1930s Germany, because right now that's exactly what you're all fucking doing. Please wake the fuck up.
So you're gonna plead for us to do something on behalf of you who violated and trespassed not only upon the kingdom of heaven, but the rights of man of our Constitution. And you're sitting here begging, throwing out insults like, please wake the fuck up, do something. When you're the transgressor, when you're the aggressor, your day's coming, buddy. Now, I don't need to say or insinuate violence against this guy, but count your days, heathen. Count your days, because when you trespass upon the kingdom of heaven, when you persecute Christians, the karmic wind's blowing in your direction, pal. Oh, it's gonna be nice. Just like her. When she ends up being tried for violating the FACE Act and the KKK Act, and she's gonna lose most of her ill-gotten gains on this political stunt, it's gonna be great. I'm all here for it. And again, if all those people in that church countersue her, their civil coverage. So whatever money she made in grants or money that she was given, take it. Take it. It's yours. Because she violated not only the Constitution and the law of man, but God's law by attempting to impede and interrupt a church service. And I have no sympathy for either one of these two. And if violence does happen to either one, it's just, I'm not going to shed a tear over it. And to wrap this up, this is the form of scum. If you like these people, this is the enemy of your faith. And no matter your denomination, I don't care if you're a Methodist, Lutheran, Mormon, Catholic, Presbyterian, whoever you are, and to those of you who have the sound doctrine and true faith, you have the right to defend your church. You have the right to defend your parishioners, your people, defend your faith, defend your values, and you have the right to put these people in a gurney or a body bag if the threat is substantial enough. That's my 2 cents on this. Sue him, and this guy better calm down. Fuck these two, personally. So, in closing, there are leftist, cultural Marxists, Luciferians, whatever you want to call them, are looking to trespass upon the kingdom of heaven. So to all Christians out there, let us set aside our picky differences in doctrine. Let us set aside the peculiarities of our faiths, our origins, and our beginnings. It is time to form a holy league, like in times past when Christianity was threatened by savages and evil groups of people, or just evil in general. So we do have to say thank you to these two numbskulls for doing that, because the more this happens, the more these cultural Marxists and Luciferians kick against the thorns. It only hardens and stirs and strengthens our faith and tradition in how we believe. And again, here's a little warning to the people out there who want to seek doing this. In other denominations, they're not so sheepish. Mainly Baptists, some Catholics, Pentecostals, Mormons, and others might not just take to your trespass so kindly. So you won't only be charged to the law under these acts, but you might come out with a little bumps and bruises, or worse. There comes a time when peaceful Christians have had enough. So if you really want to tempt that line, good luck. But yes, it's also ironic how this guy mentions Nazism when he's openly violating the First Amendment, the freedom of religion, and going against people's rights to belief and just general rights according to the Constitution. Isn't that funny how the people he's violating the rights of are somehow the Nazis, but he isn't? But anyways, he's a dirty hippie. He's not going to amount to nothing. Neither will this Nekima Levy Armstrong. She's going to lose most of her money in court fees, fines, and lawsuits, hopefully, God willing. But even if not, these two will be brought to the judgment of God. And, vengeance is his, saith the Lord. We don't really need to say anything or instigate or suggest anything here. Good luck, you poor bastards. Like, in all reality and seriously, good luck. You've crossed a line, and, well,